Hi everyone, Tom Wolfe here. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how I created this shimmering rhythmic texture in Soundtoys Effect Rack. Okay, so as you can hear there, we've got this kind of pitching texture, which has a rhythmic side to it, more than just what you get from a delay. This preset comes from my pack, Rhythmic Textures for Soundtoys Effect Rack. And the whole point of the pack is that it's all these kind of rhythmical things and kind of accentuating that rhythm rather than just creating textures to just create a little bit more interest. So let's just show you the sound on its own before it's going into Effect Rack so that you can hear what the Effect Rack is doing. This sound is coming from my Behringer Model D clone. Okay, so quite a basic sound. And then if we add the texture in, so the texture is adding a lot of character to this sound, which is, great for our compositions. We can create interest in there. So I'm going to show you how I created this preset. So you'll notice that we're using 4 units in this. Okay, so we've got Echo Boy, we've got a micro shift, we've got the tremolator, and we've got the crystallizer. So we're going to look at our crystallizer first. Up here, you can see we've got the input set to max and the output set to maximum. It is MIDI synced. We've got the recycle up quite a way as well. So this is going to be creating a kind of feedback loop of the entire thing. And then we've got the dry wet mix set to 50% as well. So that means we're still going to be getting 50% dry signal straight from the synth. So first up is our crystallizer unit. So this is where the actual shimmering sound is coming from. Crystallizer is great for creating that kind of shimmery pitching sound. So we've got the dry wet mix set to about 1/3 of the way up. We've got the pitch set to pitching up an octave. We've got splice set to quarter notes, delay set to quarter notes, and then we've got a bit of recycle there as well, which again, that's our feedback. So it's going to be carrying it over a little bit. We've got our threshold quite low. We've got it set to reverse mode. It is MIDI synced. And then our gate duck as well, we're going to be using the gate side slightly more, okay? If we open up the tweaks as well, you can just see that we've got a slight pitch offset, which just offsets the grains against each other slightly and gives it a bit more warm character. Got a little bit of offset on the splice and delay offsets. There's also a tiny little bit of smoothing, and there's a little bit of filtering here as well. So let's hear that just on its own. So you can hear after it there, we're getting that shimmering sort of pitching sound coming in, and it's quite randomized, and this is because of our gate and because of where we've got our threshold. So it's only going to be using what comes in when we're past our threshold point. So it gives it almost a kind of random feel. But we can hear that kind of pitching up at the end there. So then we're using the other plugins to kind of accentuate this as well. So next up is our tremolator. So the tremolator is where the rhythm of the patch is coming from. So we've got the depth set to max, the groove is set to just being a straight groove, the feel is slightly dragged, the accent is sort of in the center there, okay, so we've not got any accenting, and then we've got the shape set to premiere and the rhythm set to 16ths, okay. If we open that up as well, so our tweak section, the main thing to check out here is our analog style. So you can see we've got our analog style set to fat, which just changes the characteristics of it. It's the kind of circuitry behind it. It's emulating different kind of analog units. And that was just the character that I wanted for this sound. So let's hear it now that we've added that in. So you can hear we've got our rhythm there now. And what it's done is it's kind of made that pitching shimmer after the sound sound just a little bit less random, whereas it was kind of sounding before at slightly odd intervals. Now that we've got this rhythmic tremolator happening, it just gives it a bit more of a rhythmic kind of predictable sound to it. So the next unit is our micro shift. So this is a chorus unit, and it's quite a basic one. There's not too many controls that we've got here. It's just an incredibly nice sounding one. So we've got the mix set to 50%. The focus is set to 973 hertz. Okay, we've got it set to style 1. We've got the detune up quite high and the delay quite low as well. So that's adding this kind of chorusing sound here. It's just adding a little bit of kind of analog chorusy warmth to it there. Okay, and then the last thing we've got is our Echo Boy, which obviously is a fantastic delay unit with lots of different sounds, and this just adds all the character to the sound. Okay, so we've got it set to ping pong mode. We've got the ping set to a quarter note and the pong set to an eighth note. We've got the mix all the way up to the wet, so we're not going to be hearing any dry signal. So we've kind of routed this so that we've got a little bit of the dry signal coming through here. We didn't want it all to be the crystallized pitching sound, because we just wanted a little bit of the pitching onto the original sound. The tremolator, the depth, which is like the mix really, is all the way to maximum because we did want that full rhythm. And then the micro shift, we've got that set to halfway. So we're still going to be getting some of our clean sound through to this Echo Boy, but at this Echo Boy, that's the last point where that happens. So we're now just going to be hearing the affected signal. Okay, so we've got the feedback set to just over halfway. We've got a little bit of filtering going on here as well. You'll notice that we've got the style set to splattered, but that has been tweaked, which you can tell by the little exclamation mark at the front. So we'll just have a little look at that. I don't think I changed any of the EQ over here. I think this is all the EQ settings for splattered, although I could be wrong. But yeah, we've just got, a little bit of gain reduction on our low EQ there, a little bit of boost in the mid EQ, and quite a lot of boost in the high EQ on the EQs there. We've then got a little bit of diffusion, and we've got the size of that all the way up to the top, and we've got it's set to loop mode rather than post mode. And then we've also got quite a lot of wobble as well, which is just going to kind of set the kind of analog character of it. The wobble is to sort of emulate tape delays, which, wouldn't have been just completely static. You would have had a little bit of wobble due to the nature of tape. So that's how we've kind of got this set up in the style section. And we'll just have a look at tweak as well. So we've got the width quite high, but the balance is set dead to the middle as well. Okay, so we're going to be getting even, ping, and pong. So we're getting that kind of long stereo ping pong delay, which you can hear the rhythmic bit underneath, and it's adding that shimmering sound after it as well. And you can hear that pitching up while we're holding down our note. Okay, so let's just have a listen to the Echo Boy on its own as well without any of the rest, so we can just hear that setting. There we go, so it's quite a kind of stylized analog sounding delay, but it's quite kind of textural. So when we're holding down that note, we can hear it kind of swarming around our actual sound and just building upon it there. Okay, and then let's have a listen to our chorus on its own. Wrong button. There we go, so that's just a little bit of analog warmth. Our tremolator. Quite a basic rhythm. So yeah, all together it just creates this really nice, warm, analog sounding texture, but it's got a lot of character, and it just helps to kind of bring quite plain sounds and create something a little bit more unique and a little bit more engaging. Okay, so let's just hear it. Okay, so hopefully this has got you kind of thinking about the Effect Rack and how you can use the Effect Rack to combine different units to create your own unique sounds that you can then use on your particular synths or samples to create a new kind of interesting sound that will just help kind of bring out your productions and give it that slightly more, you know, professional edge to it. So thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. If you do want to learn more about sound design, I'm running a series of tutorials and it is covering all different kinds of synths and some effect units as well, and different techniques that you can use to create your own sounds and create your own effects. That's completely free. There's a link in the description to sign up for that, and you'll get that straight to your inbox every week. Thank you for watching the video, and until next time, take care.